Tracing the footsteps of time, one encounters an ever-evolving narrative of humanity, a journey that begins with early hominoids and culminates in the complex global societies of today. This odyssey, marked by triumphs, innovations, and adaptations, showcases the remarkable adaptability of humans. From the tentative steps of the first bipedal ancestors to the vast digital networks connecting modern civilizations, humanity has not just witnessed history, it has crafted it. In this video, we chart the course of human history, tracing the path from the ancient Homo erectus to the digitally driven Homo Sapiens of the 21st century. In the heart of Africa, the story of hominoids began. Millions of years ago, as vast landscapes evolved and shifted, the branches of our family tree differentiated from other primates. Fossilized remnants, found in places like the Great Rift Valley, offer glimpses into this ancient world. These fossils, whether skeletal fragments or imprints in stone, speak of early apes evolving into creatures with a stance more upright than their forebears. Possessing a brain case larger than the average ape, yet smaller than modern humans, and a skeletal structure suggesting an inclination towards bipedalism, these early beings were the foundational blocks of our lineage. As time flowed, these early hominoids began to exhibit remarkable changes. The African savannas, once a realm of diverse creatures, began to see these beings stand taller, their footsteps echoing a story of evolution. This change in posture, likely a response to their ever-changing environment, offered them a higher viewpoint to spot threats and opportunities in the vast grasslands. Moreover, their upright stance freed their hands, paving the way for tool use, albeit primitive in nature. But their ascent wasn't solely physical. Cognitive growth accompanied their increasing brain sizes. With this newfound intelligence, their social structures became more intricate and their interactions with their surroundings more nuanced. As they navigated the challenges and opportunities of their world, these hominoids laid the groundwork for future generations, setting the evolutionary stage for species that would, in time, come to shape the destiny of the planet. About 2 million years ago, Homo erectus enters the story of our evolutionary history. Their presence is primarily noted in the rich terrains of Africa, and later, their footprints mark territories extending to Asia and Europe. Distinct from earlier hominoids, they carried a bearing that more closely resembled the humans of today. A pronounced brow ridge, a reduced face size, and teeth more akin to modern humans were among their defining physical traits. Yet, their skeletal differences were just the beginning. Their cranial capacity hinted at a brain significantly larger than their predecessors. This wasn't merely a shift in size, but indicated potential complexities in thought processes, decision-making, and possibly communication. There was likely a level of cognitive sophistication that permitted a deeper understanding of their environment. Survival for Homo erectus was a constant challenge. Predators were many, and the landscapes, though rich, held numerous threats. Unlike earlier species, they showcased a strategic approach to survival. Instead of relying heavily on scavenging, evidence suggests that they adopted a hunter-gatherer lifestyle. The tools they crafted, often from stone, were sharper and more diverse in function, reflecting their evolving needs and skill sets. One of the most groundbreaking aspects of their existence was their interaction with fire. While it's debated exactly when and how they harnessed the power of flames, there's consensus that fire played a significant role in their daily lives. The advantages were numerous. Cold nights were less daunting with the warmth of a controlled blaze. Predators were kept at bay with the protective circle fire provided. But perhaps most crucially, the introduction of cooked food. Raw food requires more energy to digest, but cooking breaks down complex proteins and carbohydrates, allowing for easier digestion and absorption of essential nutrients. This nutritional change may have been crucial to their development since it supplied the energy needed for their enlarged brains. Strolling through the pages of history, the Neanderthals' narrative shines as a significant segment of our evolutionary path. These robust beings, known for their broad frames and prominent facial features, hailed from lands stretching from Europe to parts of Asia. Over the span of hundreds of thousands of years, they carved out a niche for themselves, not just surviving, but thriving in a world filled with both wonder and peril. Their habitat spoke of resourcefulness. They weren't just opportunistic hunters, but strategists, employing sophisticated tools to hunt down formidable prey like woolly mammoths and bison. These tools, shaped from stone and possibly wood, stand as silent testimony to their adaptability and skills. However, Neanderthals were more than just predators. Mineral colors and shells with decorations imply they valued beauty and may have used symbolic representations as life's fragments. Their interactions with the dead, inferred from potential ritualistic burials, reveal a deeper dimension, hinting at an understanding or reverence for mortality. As the Earth's epoch shifted and modern humans began their own journey outward from Africa, destinies intertwined. The narrative of Homo sapiens and Neanderthals began to overlap. This interaction was far from superficial. DNA whispers tales of interbreeding, and today, many non-African populations carry within them fragments of Neanderthal genetic material. Yet, the world was changing. Factors ranging from shifting climates to new challenges posed by the spread of Homo sapiens led to the gradual fading of the Neanderthal population. Though they might not walk the earth today, their legacy is interwoven with ours. And Homo sapiens, which are our direct ancestors, set out on a voyage that would alter the history of Earth forever. Their genesis in the diverse ecosystems of Africa laid the foundation for a species destined to spread its influence globally. Africa's contrasting landscapes, from its dense jungles to expansive savannas, sculpted them, shaping their physiology and behavior over millennia. The migratory patterns of Homo sapiens are nothing short of fascinating. Compelled by factors like changing climates, search for sustenance, and perhaps sheer innate curiosity, they ventured out of Africa. Over thousands of years, they traveled, sometimes confronting hostile environments or crossing vast bodies of water, their footprints eventually marking territories far and wide, from the coasts of Asia to the rugged terrains of Europe, and further still, to the untouched realms of the Americas and Oceania. Their success wasn't merely due to physical endurance. Cognitively, Homo sapiens displayed a level of intelligence and strategic thinking that was unparalleled. Their tools, crafted with precision from materials like bone, stone, and later metals, were more than mere survival implements. These tools became intricate extensions of their will, enabling them to hunt, build, and manipulate their environment in ways no species had done before. This ingenuity opened doors to unprecedented opportunities, securing them the top spot in the planet's hierarchy. Beyond survival and dominance, the Homo sapiens story is rich with cultural evolution. They began to communicate not just for basic needs, but to convey stories, emotions, and abstract concepts. Art found its primal expressions on cave walls, where early humans depicted scenes from their lives, showcasing battles, hunts, and perhaps spiritual experiences. These expressions didn't stop at visual art. The sounds of the first musical instruments, from bone flutes to percussion, became a medium for them to connect, celebrate, and mourn. Communities formed, each with its unique dialect, traditions, and rituals. Their social structures became more complex, and with it came the seeds of organized religion, governance, and trade. Homo sapiens flourished despite all of these complex developments, developing a diverse range of cultures that paved the way for later eras. With the transition from nomadic lifestyles to settled communities, Homo sapiens began laying the foundational stones of structured societies. Settling near water sources, they took to agriculture, moving away from the unpredictable life of hunting and gathering. This monumental shift allowed populations to burgeon and resources to be accumulated. Stability in food supply meant that not everyone had to be a food gatherer or producer. This gave rise to specialized roles, with some turning to craftsmanship, while others became traders or spiritual guides. In the cradle of these growing societies, majestic civilizations started sprouting. Regions blessed with fertile terrains, like the stretches between the Tigris and Euphrates, the bountiful Nile Valley, and the banks of the Indus, became bustling hubs of human activity. These areas saw the rise of some of the world's first major cities, complete with sophisticated urban planning, monumental architecture, and complex social hierarchies. Trade networks expanded, ideas were exchanged, and cultures began to intertwine in ways previously unimaginable. Parallel to these societal and cultural evolutions, the wheel of innovation kept turning. Tools and technologies became pivotal in shaping these early civilizations. The plow revolutionized agriculture, increasing yields and freeing up labor. The wheel, initially perhaps a potter's tool, soon transformed transport. Metallurgy led to the creation of stronger tools and weapons, ushering in new possibilities and challenges. The development of writing systems, like cuneiform and hieroglyphs, immortalized knowledge, enabling it to be passed down generations and facilitating administration and trade. With every tool forged and every city built, humanity stepped closer to the interconnected, intricate world we recognize today. Each innovation, each societal shift, echoing as a precursor to the tapestries of modern civilization. The world stage, once dominated by isolated pockets of civilization, began to see a more cohesive narrative emerge. The Earth became a canvas painted with a patchwork of diverse civilizations, each with its unique identity, yet increasingly interwoven with its neighbors. Mesopotamia, the Indus Valley, ancient Egypt, and the early Chinese dynasties all flourished, contributing to a collective repository of human achievement. Trade routes, both overland and maritime, started to bridge these once disconnected worlds, and goods, ideas, and philosophies began to crisscross the continents. In the backdrop of this interconnected world, groundbreaking innovations came to the fore. The Phoenicians, for instance, introduced an alphabet that would be the forerunner of many modern scripts. The Silk Road, a vast network of trade routes, facilitated not just the exchange of goods like silk and spices, but also philosophies, religions, and technological knowledge. In the Americas, the Maya devised a calendar system of remarkable accuracy, while the Incas developed sophisticated agricultural terraces in the mountainous terrains of the Andes. Yet, as much as civilizations thrived on innovation and exchange, they also encountered the specter of conquest and the cyclical pattern of rise and fall. The Macedonian conquest under Alexander the Great stretched from Greece through Persia to the edges of India, creating a vast empire that facilitated the fusion of cultures. The Roman Empire, with its monumental architectural feats and expansive roads, brought together diverse groups under one administrative and cultural umbrella. However, with conquest also came the vulnerability of overextension, leading to political fractures and, in many cases, eventual collapses. Even with these ebbs and flows, the intricate dance of civilizations brought forth a world that was less about isolated pockets and more about a global narrative. Through trade, innovation, conquests, and sometimes collapses, the foundations for a truly interconnected world were firmly set. During the Age of Exploration, the 15th and 16th centuries witnessed European explorers equipped with advanced maritime technologies setting sail to uncharted territories. This era opened up new continents to the Old World, establishing early global trade networks. Commodities like spices, silk, and precious metals began crossing oceans, enriching economies and altering lifestyles. Alongside these exchanges, the convergence of different cultures had far-reaching impacts, reshaping regions and societies. The 18th century heralded another monumental shift with the onset of the Industrial Revolutions. Factories replaced traditional workshops, steam engines revolutionized transport, and urban centers burgeoned. This period wasn't just about machinery. It redefined labor, societal structures, and economic paradigms. The ripple effects of industrialization were felt globally, with innovations in transportation and communication making the world feel a tad smaller. Entering the late 20th and early 21st centuries, humanity found itself on the cusp of the digital age. Computers, which once occupied entire rooms, now fit into pockets. The internet wove a web of instant communication and information exchange, erasing traditional boundaries and creating a global village. This era has redefined interaction, commerce, and even the essence of human connection, as virtual realities and digital platforms become integral parts of daily existence.